Gemini, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really, really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button right there. Blink, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. So that's how you can help me make that happen. All right, let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for the next 7 to 10 days. Grateful, thankful for the messages, always. All right, first card out for you is the Sun card coming in reversed. All right, so listen, this tells me that, you're not as happy as, other people think. All right, on the outside, you put on a good face. Everything is really, really great. But inside, you're not so much. So let's see what this is all about. I do see a Knight of Cups sitting here alongside it. This could be somebody that you were going out with. Maybe, it started out really, really good. In the recent past, we do have the Two of Cups. But as you get to know someone, maybe your attitudes start to change. Maybe you start to see that maybe this isn't somebody that you really are locked into. And maybe you're not as happy with this person as you want to believe you are. But let's see what else is going on. Now, we do have the Chariot in the near future. So, yeah, I think, you just got to give it some time, all right? If you're sitting on the fence as to whether or not this is somebody you want to continue a relationship with, I don't see you making any moves to end it or, to do anything else. I think you're just kind of questioning it. And here we do have the Two of Wands. Am I settling? Is this really my person? Do I really want to be with them? I mean, there's all of these questions that I think you have in regards to someone that, you are seeing. At the base of what's going on is the King of Cups. I feel like, this could be somebody who, they're a really nice person, all right? There's no reason for you not to like them, right? They're kind, they're loyal, they're very grounded, emotionally, they're very present. So why do I feel this way? Why do I not feel like the chemistry that you had when you first initially probably met? All right, so let's take a look at this and see if there's any answers here around that. All right, we do have the Five of Pentacles coming up here reversed. That's above you, So, you may have gotten together with somebody and, it was better than being alone. It's better than, me having to do everything by myself. At least it's company. Even though you may not be feeling, the warm and fuzzies with them, I think, all in all, this is somebody that has made you feel at least not alone. But is it enough? I mean, I think that's the big question, it's like, is this really what I want? I mean, have I just kind of stopped and settled and, quit put myself out there on the dating scene because, this guy, he's nice, right? And he could potentially probably make a good partner. I mean, here we do have the Queen of Pentacles coming up, So I think you stop and you look at it and it's just like, well, maybe we could make a good couple. Maybe we could really make this work. But I don't really know. There's something about it that I'm just not happy. I mean, it's just, there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with me. Maybe I am the problem. I don't know. It's one of those things that you can't nail down why it is you don't feel that commitment that, maybe the other person feels. So let's see what else we have here. We do have the Magician here coming in reversed. And again, I'm feeling like, it's just like, did I settle? Is this the person that's really meant for me? I mean, is this really who I want? I mean, I wanted to manifest someone in my life so I wouldn't be lonely, but, I'm not real sure whether this is the person. I mean, it keeps coming up that you just are not sure whether or not this is your person. Maybe there's still someone else out there. We do have the Page of Swords coming in reversed, So I think before you say anything, you really kind of put your checks and balances in place, because you need to see why you are feeling this way. Why? Maybe the other person feels the same thing. Maybe, both of you really enjoy each other's company, but there's not that passion and that thing that's missing that would make you complete in this relationship. Now, at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Ten of Swords. You may have gone through something that was pretty difficult, but at this point, you're not really sure if you should end this. you know, just because you're just feeling like it's not there. Honestly, before you would go ending it, I would say maybe you just need to take some space and kind of gain some perspective. Put yourself in that energy of the Hanged Man, where you're starting to look at, you know, like the whole picture. It's like, gosh, is this somebody I want to, you know, have kids with? Is this somebody who, you know, we can build a business together with? Is this somebody who, you know, is going to feed me down the road? Because, you know, the Queen of Pentacles, you know, they're looking for the future. They're looking for stability as they grow older. You know, and I think some of these questions you are asking yourself, like, is this really what I want, you know, or I don't know. For some of you, I feel as if you might be looking around with the Page of Swords coming in reverse. Sometimes that could tell me that, oh, you know, maybe I need to see what this person is up to, you know, a little bit of stalking energy, to kind of see if maybe there's somebody else out there. I mean, I just feel as if you just don't want to settle and say, this is my person and this is who I'm going to be with and this is my happily ever after, because I'm not so sure you believe that. You know, and here with this Two of Wands sitting next to it, it's just like, did I just settle or should I, you know, look out elsewhere? I just don't know. So right now with the Chariot card being out here as well, being reversed, I feel as if it's not a time to make decisions. It's time to kind of stop and really look at it, you know, and have these conversations. You're a Gemini. You love to think, right? Have these conversations with your person of like, I don't know whether or not this is really what I want. Is this really what we want? Is this really the future that we can build together? I think all of these questions are coming into play with you, Gemini. Now, the other thing I am feeling for you, you know, is like this week, you know, things could just seem difficult when it comes to movement. Trying to get from point A to point B, is that going to be able? Are you, you know, are you just having a hard time just kind of being motivated? So a down kind of energy for you, Gemini, is what I feel. And I think a lot of it has to do with you're really questioning whether or not you have settled. And that keeps coming back. Like, did I settle in this relationship? Is this really the one that I need to like work on? Do we need to maybe get counseling to kind of say whether or not we're going to continue or not? Because there is something inside of you that is just not very happy. You know, but you can't pinpoint it. That's the problem. Like, there's no reason for you not to be happy. You've got the house, you've got, you know, a job, you've got all the things, you know, you've got this person. So why am I not being happy? And I think that is going to be the big theme for you this week. And it's one of those that I think you're going to need to kind of look at, you know, did you jump the gun? Because sometimes with the Magician card coming in like this, we're forcing something to happen. And I'm just wondering whether or not you are forcing this relationship to be, even though you question whether or not it really is meant to be. So big week for thought, you know. I think you're going to have to really dig deep and to really kind of process some of the true emotions that you have. So don't be afraid to like go there, you know, because I think as a Gemini, you know, you need to really kind of think through everything. And this is one of these weeks you are questioning, why am I not happy and have I settled? So that's what I've got for you, Gemini. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story, right? So I sure appreciate each and every one of you. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out and hit that like button. All right, until then, I'll see you later. Bye now.